Okay, before starting to remove the traction control module, the thing to do is to loosen off these bolts that hold this little radiator in place. And that allows you to move it back and forth a bit to get the clearance you need to get the wrench in. When this is still on the car and you're getting ready to take it off, the first thing you have to do is go into the car and get the bottom clip off. There's a, looks like a 12-volt power supply to the unit. Take that off, and then you have to remove the main connector with all the other wires, the wire loom attached to it. And to do that, there will be a white clip that is inserted in here, and that wasn't the easiest thing to get out, but I eventually got that little piece out of there, and then was able to push up this that releases, which releases the cable that you can take out. So that's step one in getting this unit off of the car. This is the finished product that I'm completely done with it. I took the plate off, went inside and soldered the points that needed to be soldered, and now I siliconed it up again to seal it, and it's back together, ready to go back on the car. Okay, so this is the traction control module off of my car. To get it off, what you need is a Torx 20 bit for the bolts, or screws I should say, that hold it in place. Now this or this is not what's going to work. You can't get in here with that, and the screwdriver, you can't get any power on it, and on the engine side it came in contact with my one pulley, so that's not going to work very well. What I ended up using is a magnetic bit for a drill with a Torx bit placed in it, and then we're using some tape on the inside here, jam that into a 1/4 inch socket. That is what is going to make it easy to get your screws out to remove this thing. That, and of course a ratchet with perhaps an extension on it. So right there, this makes the job a whole lot easier. Now once you get those screws off, what I found is that I saw in a video how a guy was using a hammer and a screwdriver to get it free, because if it hasn't been off before, that thing is still going to be stuck on there very well by this gasket. It just is almost like glue on there. So first of all, I was hitting it here, trying to break it loose. I was hitting it quite hard and it was not coming loose. So then I tried here at one point and then here, but that's not the way to do it. What I realized finally is to take a thinner screwdriver and just go straight down right here from above on the car. So break this loose, you get a thinner screwdriver, you drive it into here, get that open, and then pry it, and then it will become free. These are the things that make the job a lot simpler. When it's easy when you know how. If you don't know how, doing something like this is not easy. It becomes very difficult or almost impossible. So once you have it off, you can either send it away and get some people to do the soldering repair on it. But I know how to solder, so I took the other advice I found online. And this is a 13/16 drill bit, and what you'll find is there is a hole in this flat piece right here. And once you take the other screws out with the 15 size Torx, take all these 4 screws out, then you will find that this is held in place by a lot of silicone. And what you need to do is drill out this hole, 13/16, get yourself a, let's see what it says on here again, 1/4 by 20 thread tap. Tap that hole, and then get yourself a similar threaded bolt. And you put that bolt in there, and it will press against this top plate and push it apart. And that's what you need to get that started. Then you can pry it with a screwdriver all the way around. And it's a bit of a job getting that thing off too, because they've got about almost a half an inch of clear silicone inside there holding that thing in place, and you got to pry quite a bit to get that out, clean out the silicone, and do the work you want to do in there if you're going to do the soldering yourself. I'm not going to go into the details of that right now. I will show that shortly. But that's basically how you get it off, and reverse, of course, to put it back on the car. And I just hope this is very helpful to some people if you're planning on doing this, because if you just try with this or this, you're going to get very frustrated. This is the way to go. Okay, I'm at the point of getting ready to solder this up here. On a video I watched, I was told of the 5 points to do, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, what I've seen on mine, I don't like the looks of this point as well, so I think I'll be soldering that one up also. And that's about it. I've got the thing off the car, ready to solder, and I'll be getting at that soon. Okay, I'm going to start the car up after many months of sitting. Let's see how it goes. Door ajar! There. Trying this lock ignition key fix lubricant. So far, haven't seen an improvement yet. But car's running nicely. Running good so far. Still pretty chilly here. Last day of April.